Alright, welcome back to the B-Hood broadcast. I'm your host, B-Hood. We're still going for the Recluse March Rotom. I was tempted to switch it up because I haven't gotten a shiny Rotom in a little minute here, but the Recluse Mark 1 isn't going to find itself, you know what I mean? Shiny Recluse Mark Rotom. In order to get it, you gotta keep going. Pretty simple. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. What I gotta do is keep catching shiny Rotoms until I find one with a Recluse Mark. I know, kinda crazy. It's the only strategy that I've come up with so far. I did try to see if marks were an attribute that could be repeated through KO respawning like you can with authentic Centipede. They aren't, but I'm sure if that was a thing, we would have found that out a long time ago. Because people have tested this game like in NASA labs and stuff. They basically figured out every possible thing to know about this game. It's just shocking how so many things elude them for so many years before they figure it out, like how the actual shiny hunting method in this game works. There was so many years where we were going around killing not KOing 500 of a Pokemon to increase its shiny odds, not realizing it was basically doing nothing because it only increased the shiny odds of the brilliant spawns and slightly increased the consistency that the brilliant spawns work, which meant that it really only actually even worked on overworld spawns. Nobody knew either. I did have this wild hair at some point though where I was going to KO 500 of every single Pokemon that can appear in the overworld so that I could use brilliant hunts where I could just go around only gathering brilliant spawns, knowing I had the best possible odds for every single thing that I saw. But I realized that that would take a very long time and wouldn't even actually make that big of a difference in terms of how often I could find shiny. Still something I may do at some point in the future. It's just some kind of overarching goal. I might run into that dead end because I'm already so close to it. I got my Rotom sealed tin, TCG tin. So I'm getting a good collection of little things that I can use to decorate. And then at some point I'm just gonna pull the trigger and get it all decorated up. But I'm looking for a couple more. I don't know. Crafting a little bit. It's something kind of fun to look forward to. Alright, Wayne, you're not going to be able to snooze on my lap for much longer. I can already feel my leg falling asleep or getting crampy or whatever. Dude, wearing headphones is not my favorite. I don't know how XQC can do it for like 14 hours a day. Makes my ears itchy. Slash sweaty, depending upon how warm it is. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of Rotom TCG cards of the different rarities from different sets and stuff that are coming in the mail. And excited about it. So I'm gonna get a full collection of all the different cards of Rotom that they've had, the different rarities. And then I'm gonna frame them up. A big wall frame. Getting pretty legit. It's been a little minute since we've gotten a shiny Rotom, so I feel like I could get one at any moment. But I guess that's always the case. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you over there, Dark Angel. Just shiny hunting, and it's going good. Just got back from my men's group at church. Having some coffee, shiny hunting. I got my kid over, he's snoozing. I got my dog on my lap. She's snoozing. And then I have another dog also. Well, she's not snoozing actually, she's just chilling. Yeah. It's pretty good. I'm probably gonna go to an open mic tonight, see if I can wrangle a spot. The way that the open mic is, you're supposed to sign up a month ahead of time. And I didn't because I don't have a consistent schedule. I don't know what my schedule is gonna be a month ahead of time. So I just show up and then they have open spots. So then they draw them out of a bucket. Just hoping that I can maybe jump on. I haven't really written any new material though, so I guess technically I did, but I don't know if it's any good. But we'll see what I feel. Even just going and seeing people can be cool though. Getting out of the house, seeing some of my old comedy friends. How are you? Just going to the open mic probably tonight. See if I can do some comedy, or at least just, you know, see some old friends and stuff. How about yourself? Any plans? I mean, kind of. Not really. I just grabbed like a desktop background that was for free on the internet, and then positioned my cameras over it. I was gonna see about having AI make one for me, but it's all skittish about using Rotom because he's part of a, you know, he's IP that belongs to Pokemon, so it's like against our policy. But it was AI that made my channel logo, so it was the same AI actually. So it'll do it sometimes, but then other times it doesn't want to. It's kind of weird. I was trying to have it make a cover photo as well for like my banner, and it wouldn't do that. Or actually, no, it did it a couple times, but it was bad. I wanted to do all the different appliance forms of Rotom in its shiny version, with B-Hood and a crown somewhere, and it just kept doing it in the wrong color, or the appliances looking weird and wrong. The only reason why I don't is because I haven't made anything off of streaming yet, so I don't really want to, like, invest in it until I've made something from it. I mean, outside of what I've already done, which get a cam, get a capture card, the things that are necessary to actually do it. So, yeah. But I might invest in some artists once I made a buck or two. I don't know if that was a Dracloak that just appeared or not. It had a weird, ghostly sound, so it sounds like it could have been a Dracloak. maybe go away? I don't know. But yeah, I'll probably commission artists when I get to the point where I at least get, like, affiliate or whatever. But for the time being, where I don't have, like, any money coming in off of it, I'm not super worried about it. Weird how sometimes the Rotoms just ignore me. Usually ringing the bell makes them come right at me. Sometimes I can sit there and spam the bell and they just take off in a random direction. I'm just trying to be practical and smart about it. Oh. Plus, I like the logo that it made. It's kind of cute with the crown on Rotom's head and stuff. Not bad. I feel like we could get a shiny, if possible. Very possible. If it were Recluse Mark, then that'd be pretty epic. Alright, I'm gonna have to move you off my lap, Win. Or at least I'm gonna have to move my legs. I don't know if you can remain comfy on a slope like this. Yeah. Different people have different philosophies, I suppose. A lot of people, when they do things, they want to go, like, all out. Like, I have friends that do comedy that, like, go out and buy really expensive cameras, record all of their sets, you know, post them online even if they're, like, not the best, edit them, and I get it. You gotta put your best foot forward. Yeah, I could see that logic. I guess I haven't thought too super serious about it. I'm just doing what feels natural. I guess it's kind of similar to when I did comedy. I think that, or at least I hope that the quality of myself, my character and everything will stand out. They just gotta give me a shot. And that lies the hard part. Because discoverability is not the best, even in comedy and stuff like that. Like when I was getting some traction when it came to comedy, It was just about a couple people taking notice and booking me on stuff, and then showing up and rising to the occasion. I got pretty lucky early on because the owner of the club that I regularly did comedy at really liked me, but she doesn't really come around anymore. She still owns it, but she owns like 6 different comedy clubs now, and I think she doesn't even live in the same city anymore. So I can't really rely on that. But the lady that manages the club, she knows my comedy for well because she was a waitress at the club for multiple years. So if I just showed up fairly consistently, I bet you she'd throw me out some stuff. As long as I actually did well. Which I assume I would. But that's the hard part, because I work so much, and my schedule is kind of wonky. I go to bed early and wake up really early, and comedy is definitely a nighttime thing. Comedy lives late at night and clubs with small seat, or, can't think of the word. Short ceilings? You know, like low ceilings where the acoustics work really well. That's ideal. I have a lot of stories in my head, but I haven't ever taken the time to write them down. I've been basically writing stories, you know, without actually writing them down since I was a teenager. I have a whole bunch of different, like, concepts. I just never took the time to write them down, because every time I start to kind of write them out, I start getting overcritical with it. That's the same struggle I have with comedy, as I get too critical with stuff, and then I throw ideas and things like that away. One of my weaknesses when it comes to creativity is that I'm just overly critical with myself. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of different stories. When my kid was little, he used to like me to tell him stories at bedtime, and I would just kind of like make them up off the top of my head when he was going to bed, and he really liked that. Because I would just make him up in whatever world that he was interested in, you know, Fortnite or whatever game he liked. And just keep making stuff up until he was asleep. We actually laid in there and put him to sleep until he was like almost double digits. He was very into it. But he's our last one, so you gotta cherish him while you can. Why we weren't super worried about it. We knew he could fall asleep on his own, but he liked that time of the day, so did we. There's a couple stories I might like to jot down at some point. I always imagine my stories being movies or shows, because that's the kind of media I more consume. I've never been the best reader, not that I'm like bad at reading, but like I have this tendency to tune out my own like inner voice when I'm reading. I just get like bored of listening to my own thoughts. So I usually listen to audiobooks while I'm working or something. Mostly like fantasy stuff. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Witcher games or read any of the Witcher books, but those ones are good. Those are dead already. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's nice to have artists around and stuff. I was gonna have... There's an artist I was introduced to by some local comedians that I was gonna have do a shirt idea for my comedy merch, and I ended up going with somebody else because I have a best friend from childhood who's really good at like designing on computers, and she actually made my merch for me. And I had a whole bunch of shirts printed out, and I was going to bring them when I did feature sets and try to sell merch. And right after that, the club got closed down for COVID, and they basically changed management twice since then, so I'm not really in the same position as I was. I think I have a trash bag full of those shirts still somewhere. Made them as in took what you said that they looked like and designed them, presumably? That's cool. There's a couple streamers that I watch from time to time that are also artists. There's one that I'm thinking of in particular, but I'm not sure her art style would really fit mine all that well. Just thinking about how she makes emote art, but I guess emotes aren't super serious. I don't even know what I would do for emotes besides probably a bunch of different Rotom stuff. But that's the thing, I don't know if you could do that. I guess you probably could. I doubt Nintendo's gonna go after you for a couple of things that you get subs for. I don't know. They probably would. Nintendo's pretty petty like that. I watched a video the other day about this like entirely fan-made game that they just fully shut down because it got so popular so quick. But I think the issue with fan-made games is if you call it Pokemon, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Because they own that. You'd have to basically coin it something else. And it could look similar, it could function almost identical, but as long as you didn't call it Pokemon, you're not really going to be able to as easily shut you down. They recently tried to copyright battle mechanics, monster battling mechanics, and also I think capturing mechanics. And in both instances, they were like, no, you can't just have that concept. You weren't the first one to do it, you're not the only one that does it. Not yours. I respect the hustle, though. Not really, actually. I think it's kind of gummy. You don't want anyone to compete with them, but they're one of the biggest franchises of all time, so I think they can probably feel pretty secure in their position. I don't know why, but I feel like we're getting a shiny soon. I'm not sure why. Could be entirely coat. I got a good feeling about it. Dude, I don't know why it keeps overshooting and going to my bag. Man. Why don't you go lay down somewhere else, sweetie pie? My lap is not very comfortable when I'm laying, my legs are straight like that. When you should just go lay down somewhere else, you see. Yes, you should. Winnie, Winnie, Winnie. Winnie, Winnie. Let's say hi to the stream, Win. It's Winifred. She's got her very cool vest on. She's snoozing. She's the best dog I've ever had. She's very smart. The only thing she does is she barks at people when they come over, and she gets into the trash. Pretty annoying. Pretty annoying thing. Oh, Ren. Yeah. Oh, we got a second dog. We got 2 dogs. You taking off, Win? Yeah, you're taking off? Need some help down? When you're just not gonna be comfortable. You're just not gonna be comfortable. You should probably just go. When you ain't comfortable, I can tell by how you're squirming. I think that might have been a brilliant one. Seemed like the aura was flaring up. Let us see. Is it, or is it not? Brilliant. Nope. Do 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 do. All right, game. Go ahead and give me a shiny road. Shiny Rotom game, I feel like you're not listening. I feel like you're not listening, game. Do do do. Probably gonna need another cup of coffee in a minute here. dozing off. I didn't sleep super well. I wanted to go to my next sleep, so I made sure to get up in time for that, but couldn't sleep for the life of me. I think I've gotten too dependent on my sleep gummies. Try not to take them on my days off to see if I can actually rest normally, but I shouldn't because of the days I'm supposed to rest. It's an extra rest. Realistically, I wouldn't. I'd wake up after about 6 hours of sleep. Because it's just the way my body works. Alright, game. Give me that shine. Give me that shine, but I may collect it and see if it has a recluse mark. You probably won't. Ooh, a brilliant one. Randomly doze off for a second there. Get off me, Arachnid. Or the Ditto spawn. Goodness gracious! Getting tired all of a sudden. Might as well be shaking trees if I'm gonna be dozing anyways. We'll consider switching. Tree shaking. Well, there I am dozing off again. So we'll go till we get another brilliant spawn or rotom, and then we'll switch to the tree shake. A brilliant spawn. A meal, a succulent Chinese meal. or shiny. If we get a brilliant spawn or a shiny, then we'll move on. The tree shake. Whichever comes first. I did not expect that spider to catch up to me first. Oh, there's a brilliant. Whee! Alright, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna go over to do the tree shake hunt and try and get a 10% tree shake shiny Munchlax. We need to check something real quick. We need to see if our Mew has the right moves on it, because we changed it to do the fishing hunt, but I don't know if we saved it after changing it. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we gotta go change it back to Metronome. Woo! It's snowing. I don't like that weather. And there's a Greedon chilling next to us, which is like the sign. Shake some tree. Oh. Alright, how long till we get our first Munchlax spawn? Not first thing, that's for sure. It's Greedent. It's Callie. I got my whole fam here. Dude, me and Theo we had some plans for like going and doing like frisbee golf or basketball or whatever, and I swear every time he comes over it rains. I have gloomy days. Welcome back! So me and him, maybe me and him will go to Dave & Buster's and play a couple arcade games or something, I'm not sure. if it continues to be gloomy today, which it seems like it's gonna. We could still go play basketball, but I really like playing basketball when the court's wet and it's rainy and not the best. Obviously the same with frisbee golf, picking up wet frisbees and flinging them around. Not the best. Oh, our first Munchlax, and that reminded me I haven't updated my stream title yet. Alright, we got it all updated. But yeah, we switched to doing our Tree Shake Shiny Munchlax hunt, which is significantly more boring, but I was already falling asleep anyway. Might as well fall asleep in our traditional falling asleep hunt, which is our Tree Shake hunt. I did a Tree Shake hunt way back in the day, and yeah, shaking trees in this game always makes me sleepy. I used to use it when I was having a hard time falling asleep. Got an update on eBay, probably from a TCG card that I bought. Nope, someone's offer that I will not be accepting, because it ain't good enough. It's a squirrel! But yeah, doing a Tree Shake hunt for a 10% shiny Munchlax. I've never seen someone get it on video or on stream. It may have happened, but I've never seen it. It definitely isn't on YouTube, or at least it's kind of buried somewhere if it is. So I will make it. I will get it, clip it, and then I'll make a full-length video of the hunt, too. Because I feel like it'd be worth it. Get some stream highlights of me falling asleep over and over. Make like a compilation of for 62 hours. Look at this man fall asleep. Look at him as he's sleeping while there's a shiny on the screen. Look at him run away from it and fail to get the shiny. What a tragedy. It's a squirrel, it's a squirrel, it's a squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. It's a squirrel, it's a squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Ooh. I need to make some more coffee in a minute. I'm dying! Could have slept more than 4 hours, that would have helped. So you said you're in... Oh dang, another Munchlax, let's go! You said you're in Wyoming? I've never been to Wyoming. There's a lot of states I haven't been there. In most states that I have been to, I've just gone through their airports and continued on. You can hardly call that visiting. But I have been to Mexico a grip of times. Never been anywhere in Europe. Yay, another one. Let's go. Alright, game. Make that be shiny. And then I'll catch it. What's good? Traveling? Yeah. What would I do? I would like to travel more, but I have some things I need to sort out before I can do something like that. I will be going back to my home state of Arizona to visit for a vacation with my kid. He has yet to meet a lot of my immediate family. So I'm gonna go and stay with a best friend. Hang out with my family from Arizona, and it'll be cool. He's dreading it a little bit because he knows it's going to be hot. And I was like, dude, you'll survive. I lived there for many years. People live there even to this day. It's definitely doable to live in a hot place like that. Hush! Callie do. Oh, sorry, Win, I didn't know you were there. Hey! Hush! Hush, little pooch. Don't say a bark. Daddy's gonna get a Pokemon with a mark. Hey! Which of the two squirrels will we get shiny first? Definitely not gonna be Munchlax first. Probably gonna have to phase 2 or 3 times at least. If not more. I figure it'll be that squirrel. We Squovit. We'll get a red Squovit, like we've gotten before. Picking up a storm. Getting lots of spawn. Doing this off and on for a while with no shiny, so be good to get our first tree shake shiny in quite a long time. Wouldn't even mind if it was Greedent, though it would be the worst option. Shiny is pretty bad. I don't think I have one. Maybe I do from Dynamax. I think I do. Come on, give me that Munchlax. I want it. Squirrels galore. Squirrels on top of squirrels on top of and what do you know? Even more squirrels. Ooh, dozing off again. Munchlax spawn? Nope. Freeze. We're gonna have to wake this boy up in a little minute so we can get some school done and stuff. Man. Alright, so I think we're gonna wrap up the stream. We're gonna do a little shorty one today. About what we normally do, about an hour. So, we'll keep on going until we get one more Munchlax. Or a shiny. Then we'll try for the back-to-back. Munchlax spawn or a shiny will signify the end of the show. After we try for the back-to-back. Give us a shiny. Not Munchlax. I know, kinda complicated, but 'tis what 'tis. World time. Munchlax or shiny, and then we're in the stream. I haven't gotten a Munchlax spawn in a while. We're at 10%. It does not want to appear. Ah, man. Getting lower and lower in my chair as I'm sniggity snoozing. Made a weird sound I wasn't super familiar with. Maybe that's normal. Like echoing through my cranium. Here he is! Alright guys, so that's it for the stream. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. I'll see you around soon. It's been fun.